I know the
All right,
government...
call the meeting to order. Commissioner Williams, give the pledge, please.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Thanks for a few of us being in the festive spirit this morning. All right, first item on the agenda is to approve our agenda.
Oh, second.
Motion by Weiss, second by Dennard. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carried. This time we'll open the meeting up for any public comments. Anyone wish to address the commission this morning on any topic that isn't on the agenda? I'd like to thank the auditor's office for providing the decorations in chambers here last week. It looks nice. Thank you. Thank you. And the poinsettia. Anyone out there online or on the phone that would like to address the commission? Seeing none, we will move on to Brian Cones the Corner for a yearly update. I have not seen Brian come in yet, but we'll just move on and come back to him when he gets here. Next up, Rachel Kipley, Fairgrounds Parks Manager, approve and authorize chairman to sign the following contracts. Good morning.
And Mackenzie,
And
please, can I
Mackenzie.
take care of the contract side of it, but I did want to take a minute and recognize we've got two of our board members and former board members here. So Ally Sheldon is with the Brevard County Fair Board, and Greg Markley, of course, served many years on there and continues to help us out with special projects and is a member of the foundation. So appreciate you guys making it today. Thank you. And there may be a couple others on the phone too, I'm not sure. But, yeah, do you want to start with contracts?
Sure. We have 5 contracts for you this morning. They're all actually contracts that we've had in the past. So the first one, Jurassic Park, in the Kids Zone, August 10th through the 16th. They'll do 3 shows a day, and then that is $11,000.
All right. I'll move. Do you have any questions? We have a motion by Dennard to approve.
Second.
Second by Weiss. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carried.
The kids are well entertained by those people.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, they are.
Yes. Next one we have is Jody Smalley. She is a fire performer, and she also does silk act stuff. So we're actually, last year she just did the fire performing under the tent. This year she's going to do fire performing, and then she's going to go out and do stilt walking for 2 days, as well as 1 fire performance at night. So we have her for 4 days, and that is $5,000.
Okay. Motion by Dinger, second by Weiss. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries.
Okay, next one we have is Home Clean Home. They have been doing it the last couple of years and have done a really great job. It's hard to find these people, so they'll be here Sunday through Monday, and they just need a couple utility carts, radios, and then all cleaning chemicals for $21,000.
Any discussion? Motion by Weiss, second by Gage. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries.
Okay, next one I have is Rochambeau Creative. They did it for the first year last year with us and did an amazing job. They had really great reports at the end of the year showing us kind of like how it broke out, and so we'd like to move forward with them to do all of our digital marketing, and that is $10,000.
Okay. Move. Motion by Dennard,
Second.
second by Gage. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries.
Okay, last one I have for you today is D3, so the DTAP Tribute. They will be here 2 days for 60-minute shows, and that is $6,500 plus some hotel rooms.
All right.
Move.
Motion by Weiss,
Second.
second by Gage. Excuse me. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. All right, fair update.
Yeah, so you'll have 4 documents in front of you. One is a memo from our office, just kind of a summary of the year and looking forward. One is the 2-page that has the 5-year strategic plan that's been updated. One is the recap. You'll notice the things in yellow that still have to be filled in. And one is the Fairgrounds Improvement Fund, where it stands as of the end of last year. So I'll just start by a quick recap of this year, Fairgrounds and Fair Board. It was a really successful year with your guys' support and the Fair Board. We were able to get a lot of projects done and had a successful Fair Week itself as well. If you remember last year, we had a ton of repairs on that sprinkler system in the expo, so we realized that rose to the top and we had to get that repaired in March. I think we had over 10,000 and it was about 48 to go ahead and repair that, so definitely money well worth spent. We were also able to replace the bunny barn. Highway demoed that for us, and we got the mega construction small animal barn up. That was a big plus. In addition, we had the wash rack that we were able to pour new concrete and retention wall, partnering with some of our sponsors as well as the foundation. And then we also developed a couple of the tertiary roads in the primitive campgrounds, which was huge with all the rain coming through. We did finish the window project in Dorm 3 at Richmond Lake, and we upgraded some equipment this last year. The Bobcat and Telehandler were both new. So those were kind of a summary of what we were able to upgrade here in 2025. And looking forward to 2026, and this is no shock to you because you've had that strategic plan now of the things that we're looking at upgrading next. Hoping to replace that fire alarm system in the expo, upgrading the ventilation in the beef barn with new fans, upgrading drainage and sand at the Ackerman Arena. We're also hoping to demolish that Compex building at the end of the fair. 4-H is working hard, and that group of folks who are fundraising for our new 4-H community building. And with a combination of the savings in the Fairground Improvement Fund, special allocations from this commission, and maximizing community partnerships, we do still have and do intend to replace those grandstands here in the next few years. So if you look at your strategic plan, that's in 2029. It's a very aggressive strategic plan, but we know we can't afford to wait on that grandstand. It's not going to last much longer. So we really need to nose to the grindstone, and I did talk to a couple of you after the budget process back in May, June, and through September. That $250,000 that we put in the fairgrounds to delegate towards the grandstand project was taken out, and I believe this was the time of year you guys had said, hey, we'll look at it again because we know that's a need. So with that, what you'll see in front of you on the memo, the liquor license is one thing I wanted to touch on. It was our first year, and it was a ton of work, and it was a lot to be learned, but I think after all was said and done, we made about $151,000, and the net profit was about $81,000. So if you see fit, I would like to see that portion added to the Fairgrounds Improvement Fund, along with, you'll keep going down on that memo, the projected revenue when we projected the revenue for the Brown County Fair Week, it was $937,000, and this Fair Board just knocked it out of the park. We were just under $1.8 million. So you're looking at $857,000 more dollars in revenue than what we anticipated and what the numbers came to. That's record-breaking. And a lot of that is, I was talking to one of the Fair Board members, he just tracked Monday through Saturday, 127 hours. And if you had to go like hire that and then pay the overtime, so to me it's a huge, you're showing them how much they appreciate it when you take a big allocation at the end of the year, because that's what they want at the end of the year, is to say, hey, was our time worth it? So then if you keep working your way down, it talks a little bit about the unspent expenditure line. So in the county fair budget alone, we're still at 90% of budget. Our expenditure line, I believe, was at 1.3. What's our total? We will have well over $100,000 in our expenditure line that we do not spend this year. So with that added in, and you kind of look at those last 4 bullet points between the unspent expenditure line, the increase in the revenue line, the liquor license, we also have grants that we've been working really hard to go after. We got a $15,000 grant from the Aberdeen Community Foundation. That $15,000 was for the project to do the beef barn fans. And we also had $2,500 from the Corn Council for upgrading that trailer that they donated to us. So some of those projects haven't been done yet, so that is why we're asking, and I know it's a huge number, but I also know what it's going to take to get that strategic plan done. So as we get to the end of the year, just would ask that you guys kind of take a hard look at the numbers, at what this Fair Board has done, what this staff has done, and if you could allocate what you can into that improvement fund, it would mean the world to us. So, do you have questions on this memo?
Impressive numbers.
They are. They work their butts off. It's pretty amazing.
What do you think caused that, besides, like, you mentioned hard work, but like, what were kind of the nuts and bolts that made that number go from, you know, 857,000 more than what you originally projected?
Well-
What was, like, what's the root of the
Yeah.
success there?
I'll be completely honest, the auditor's office is very conservative. So that 900, I mean, we're banking that what if we do have those rain days, which we did. But this fair board does everything that they can to get a concert off that typically wouldn't happen. Or to, you know, try to help the campers maneuver through things that they, you know, normally wouldn't come. They're coming early and they're checking those campers that are pulling in early and charging them for that. They're checking vendors that are taking more electrical than what they're supposed to due to their contract, and they're charging them for that. Those little things, I mean, we've never done those things before. It's more time, it's more effort, but this board is just, they know now, because you guys have set the standard, at the end of the year, if we make a little more, it'll go into this improvement fund, and seeing a new barn out there, seeing new wash racks out there, the community's really starting to take notice, and so the pride that they have in it, it's just really starting to show.
And I'm glad you mentioned the community, because I've had conversations with vendors, and we have quite a few of them that'll come here after the Sioux Empire Fair. And invariably, we're gonna have at least a day, if not 2 or 3 days of drizzle, if not rain, and so forth. And our guests in the community needs to be commended as well, because the vendors will tell you that if they have that kind of situation at some of their other venues, people will just not come. And there's no reason to be there. Here, they're gonna come anyway, and they're just gonna get wet.
Yeah.
Our guests are coming to the fair because they're gonna have a good time, it's a good value. And so I think that's what your board and all the volunteers that do this provide for them, so they know, you know, it may be a little drizzly, because I've worked, you know, the concert when Willie Nelson was here. That was, you remember that?
Yeah.
That was just hilarious. And he was up there playing, and he was undercover, and everybody else was out there wet, and I was back behind the stage, and his road manager and his driver's like, well, we're about done with the program here and stuff. And he's like, oh, he's gonna be out there another 20 minutes. He's dry, they're wet. He's gonna keep playing as long as they'll stay, and they stayed.
Yeah, yeah.
So, you know, all the hard work, but also the people who come in and take part and enjoy. So it's a whole big circle. So you representing the board and those folks and stuff too, we really appreciate it on behalf of the community, and the community does, so.
Well, I'm just completing my 17th year as a commissioner, and I've been one of the liaisons to the Fair Board since I got elected. And I know early on, a lot of the Fair Board meetings would go something like, well, after the fair's over, if there's, you know, if we made a little money and there was a little money left, that money just goes back into the black hole, which is the county. So it's kind of de-incentivized working hard and going above and beyond, like you just said. So I think by us committing to this Fairgrounds Improvement Fund, which we know is long overdue, and too bad we didn't start it 20 years ago, but the next best time is now. And I think if we can continue to put money into that, it'll speed up the process of getting the bandstands and a lot of other very much needed improvements done at the fairgrounds. So kudos to your office, the Fair Board members, and everybody who plays a part in making this the best regional fair that in 5-state area, in my opinion. So good job by everyone.
And it's generated by the activities and the partnerships,
Sure.
which is huge. So, no, it's good report.
And I appreciate having this, because without this, it would be more difficult to say, yes, we're gonna take all this money and put it into the fairgrounds improvement. But when it's written down on paper and you're coming in saying, and I can look on here and read 2026, 2027, 2028, you know, and continue on, there's obviously a vision there. It's not just kind of willy-nilly, we're gonna tear down this building and put something up here. It's like, well, there's a plan, and we're gonna do everything we can to stick to it. So this is appreciated, that there is a strategic plan. I can see it, the community can see it, and we know that there are things happening out there that will benefit the fair for a long, long time, so.
And along with the success of the fair itself, I think our newly created partnership with the city and them annexing, and the possibility of an extra $150,000 a year potentially in sales tax revenue. I mean, if the grandstands are slated for 2029, that could be another $600,000 in that fund by the time the grandstand gets started. So, you know, the stars are really starting to align here, and it's looking more promising than it did there for a few years, so.
Do we have a number on the grandstands yet?
About 4 million. 3.3 was to do an I-beam structure that does not include the bathrooms. So the last bathroom estimate was about 750. So it'll be about that 4 million, maybe 4.2.
And then we're looking at 4 years of inflation on top of that.
Exactly, yep.
Should've done everything in 2019, right?
There's some design details and stuff, but yeah.
Should've bought a new fairgrounds in 2019. We'd been better off.
At least we're not building a new courthouse the way Turner County is,
Yeah.
spending $30 million, so we got that to be thankful for.
Well, and even at a minimum, I know there's a lot of ways that you can calculate these numbers, and, you know, the actual revenue and actual expenditures, you're still looking at about 400,000 from what the county fair board spent to what they earned. So that's another way to look at it, not what we budgeted and what's sitting there, although we know that that's gotta go somewhere. But I do think it's, you know, whatever you guys decide to allocate into that fund, it will be greatly appreciated by the board and staff, because there was extra time and effort put forward this year. Other than that, the only other numbers we're looking for, Centennial Village hasn't come in yet. Obviously, the clubhouse was zeroed out because if you remember, we put that in fairgrounds because of all the alcohol inventory. And that's another point that we do have quite a bit of inventory to start up in 2026 if you guys deem it appropriate to go ahead and do that license again, which I would advocate for now that we've learned so much this year. And then the other one is the ATM fees. Those should be coming in yet this week. But other than that, no, we appreciate your consideration and all you guys do, and if you have questions, you can reach out to any of the board members, Mackenzie or myself, and just appreciate it, and Merry Christmas.
We appreciate all the hard efforts, so thank you for the report, for everything you do.
Now, I noticed the ATM fees in 2023 were $2,500, and then almost $6,500 in 2024. Did the fee...
We switched providers. We had
Okay.
a different ATM.
Okay, so that was a wise move, obviously. It brought in considerably more. Are you guesstimating about the same number for this year?
Yeah.
Around 65? Okay. So that coupled with the potential for Centennial, which it's looking like we're gonna receive about 8,500 possibly this year. We just met with them yesterday again, but when we get those two numbers, I mean, that'll just help enhance these numbers even more, so.
And we did leave those ATMs, the one in the expo and stuff, so even the fairground side of it will have a little more revenue too, because he didn't have anywhere to go with it. I thought, well, you never know, Bowl-A-Rama and some of those special events,
Sure.
leave it in there too, so, yeah.
Very good.
Very good, well, thank you guys.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
We'll be dealing with year-end issues on the 30th, so we'll...
But you want us to come back and like, be just watching, or we're good?
You're welcome to.
You're sure welcome to.
Okay,
Thank you
guys.
very much.
Thank you.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Thank you.
Merry
Thanks for
Christmas.
coming.
Thank you. All right, approve and authorize chairman to sign a memorandum of understanding between Dakota State University and Brown County.
Move.
Motion by Weiss,
Second.
second by Gage. Any further discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. Next up, consent calendar. Lynn?
Approval of the general meeting minutes for December 9th.
Move. Second.
Motion by Dinger, second by Weiss. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries.
Claims and payroll.
Move. Second.
Motion by Gage, second by Weiss. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries.
HR report.
Move.
Motion by Dinger,
Second.
second by Gage. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries.
Travel request.
Move. Second.
Motion by Weiss, second by Dennard. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries.
Claim assignment.
Move. Second.
Motion by Dennard, second by Weiss. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries.
Sure I'm gonna miss those.
Yeah, we'll sail through our meetings next year. Still no sign of our coroner, so,
You just wanna mention it.
oh, yeah. Well, we won't be meeting next week because, with Christmas, the couple days after, the auditor's office felt it was to take care of all of our business on the 30th, so we're taking the whole week off next week as commissioners. A few of the employees have to work a couple days. Any other business come before the Brown County Commission? Morning, Carl?
Good morning. I'll just take a minute. I bring you good tidings, and because it is Christmas, and you guys definitely, many of you have the Christmas spirit. I'm not 100% sure I wear everything you have, but pretty cool.
It's unique.
You have to sneak up on it, right? Anyway, we had the youth awards again with the Aberdeen Area Exchange Club, and some of the things that I just want to hit on is the Youth Citizenship Award. These are for kids that demonstrate citizenship, great attitude, offering service to others, good leadership, sportsmanship. It's not an award they can try for. It's a direct reflection of parents, family, teachers, counselors, coaches, and those that were impressed by their speeches or their involvement. And this time for the Young Citizenship Award, it was Aberdeen Roncalli. Young Citizenship Award winners, Hattie Anderson and Elena Eckert. And then Holgate Youth Citizenship Award was Ava Swan and Bennett Brenner. And Simmons Youth Award winner was Grace Pressler and Abigail Johnson. And Aberdeen Christian Citizenship Award went to Reagan Jett. And I think that it's really good to have young people recognized for good achievement. And then for Youth of the Month, these are people that are a little bit different. They're actually based on student involvement in activities like student government, yearbook committee, musical organizations, debate, theater production, athletics, community service, and other special achievements. And the award recipients get a chance to win $600 in local, and then $1,250 if they're selected from local on a regional basis, and then the national is $15,000, so it's a really good deal. And for Aberdeen Central Youth of the Month, it was Grace Stager. For Aberdeen Roncalli Youth of the Month, it was Deanna Madsen. And for the Aberdeen Christian Youth of the Month, it was Daniel Lobstill. And my closing remark on that is the sweaters are incredible, and these kids are incredible. And, you know, these kids might look a little different than other kids, but they are incredible kids, and we just thank you guys for taking time to listen.
Thank you, Carl. I just heard from the coroner, he is on his way, so we've had a request to go into executive session for personnel. And I saw the state's attorney here, possibly legal or contract. Morning, Rob.
Yes, I don't have anything.
Okay.
If you guys have
Okay.
any questions, I guess we can move on.
Okay. I guess we will go into executive session to handle that, and then when we come out, we'll hear the coroner's update. Motion by Weiss, second by Dinger, all in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay, motion carries, we are in exec. All right, the light is back on. We are out of exec, back in session with no action as a result.
Good morning. Morning.
Good morning. All right, we'll back up to item number 4 on our agenda, Brian Combs, the coroner, with the yearly update. Good morning.
Good morning. First of all, I apologize, I read the text wrong.
Nope.
I was thinking an hour after that, but we're still here. Yeah. These guys thought that maybe you're in executive session to fire me since I was late.
You should be so lucky.
Oh, it takes a lot more than that.
There you go. All right, so, for my office, I've done 81 death investigations since the first of the year. and including in that, I've done 10 blood draws for toxicology, 8 autopsies this year. And then when there's a violent death, I have to do a separate report, so I've done 7 of those, and my unintentional drug overdose reports, just 2 of them this year. In addition to that, I've racked up 40 hours of training, and actually that worked out really well because the cost was really low for the training. And since we've gone with the on-call pay for my deputies, I've only used 4 days of those. So that's a total of $200. So that's worked out really well.
I know they appreciate that.
Yeah.
Taking on that responsibility, having some
Yeah,
compensation.
yeah, and I feel quite a bit better with that too, because, I mean, they disrupt their life to sit around and see if there's a call, and they only get that if they didn't get a call, so, but yeah, no, that really worked out really well, so. And according to, last month on the 28th, I was at 77.39% of my budget, that I've used. But with that, we had some unexpected, things that I had to take out of my budget, and that would be the van, which, by the way, works really well. I really appreciate it. And then I also bought a new gurney and a scoop, so, which really aids me with my job quite a bit, so. But those things are pretty expensive, so.
You've updated the level of professionalism for the service provided to the community, and we appreciate that.
Thank you. Thank you. I put a lot of pride in what I do, so. And it's really it's fit me really well. It's really worked out really well, so.
Do you have any issues that you would like to see us address, or anything that we need to do different next year to further enhance your operation?
No, not really. I mean, I think I adjusted my budget when we had that budget meeting before, and I think, judging off of these numbers, I think that was a good decision, and I think we'll still be really well with the budget, next year. So, yeah, I think that we're set pretty good.
So you're happy with the way things are going?
Yep, very happy.
Very good.
happy. Yep.
And we very much appreciate, the relationship and cultivating that, and the city's willingness to allow you office space.
Yeah,
And the level of cooperation between not only them, but also the state's attorney's office and stuff when it comes time to be considering doing autopsies and things like that. So, they're done in accordance with what they might need, if they're pursuing a case, but making sure that you're fulfilling your responsibilities. So,
Right.
you've done a fantastic job of cultivating and maintaining those relationships in an appropriate manner.
Thank you. And hey, when you guys are out and about and you see some city folks, make sure and really, let them know how important that is and how well that works out to be able to use that office. And all of the, the computer that's there, I kill a few trees a year, I think, with all the paperwork that we have, and they're very gracious with that. It's really, really worked out extremely well, so.
Good. Are you parking the van in there?
Yep, in the garage.
Facility?
Summertime, it's been outside, which is great, but, yeah, in the wintertime, and that's really made a big difference too, because last winter I had a couple of calls where, you had to thaw things out just to get going, and took a little bit longer, and, so, no, that's worked out really well, and dispatch has been really good too. I don't, because of my private business, I don't have Spillman, because I asked them not to put me on Spillman. I'm trying to think of what that's called, One Call, they call it. So that has worked really, really good. Response times, I haven't heard anybody complaining about my response times, and it's really worked out well, so.
Very good.
Yeah.
Outstanding.
Yeah, just the upgrade in the van from what they were using to what you have now.
Yeah.
I mean, takes it to a whole new level of professionalism.
Yep.
Just took it from like better.
The dog catcher showing up to.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, quite honestly, I mean, that's been the biggest thing, is the professionalism part of it. But, the other part is, obviously, this van works so much better, and I don't have to worry about it Hopefully
Cool,
I'll let me
Steve.
when I'm going to Sioux Falls for an autopsy or something, so.
Are most of your autopsies done in Sioux Falls, or are you still taking some to Grand Forks?
I have not taken any at Grand Forks.
Okay.
If need be, I would, you
Sure,
know.
sure.
But, Sioux Falls has always been very, very good to work with, and I
Okay.
prefer Sioux Falls,
Sure.
it's a lot closer.
Sure.
Yeah,
Good.
and some of them, well, most of them, I stay there for the autopsy, and I bring the body back, and that really helps out for the funeral directors and things of that sort. And it helps the family, 'cause that cost otherwise goes back to the
Expedites
family.
the process.
Yeah, and I mean, it's the same amount of gas for me to drive back, and,
Exactly.
you know, so.
How long does it take them to do an autopsy?
Usually takes 3 hours or so, so.
Yeah, it saves the county a fair amount of money by just making the one trip.
Yep, yep, and I get paid per trip, not per hour or anything, so. Yeah.
Thank you then for that.
Oh, yeah, not a problem, actually, I enjoy doing that, because I learn a lot during the autopsies and whatnot, so.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, good. Well, thanks for coming in and giving us this annual report. We'll plan on this at least once or twice a year. That way we kind of keep the lines of communication open, and
Yeah,
I'm glad everything's going good, and we're really glad to have you on board.
yeah, works good, and, you know, if you have any questions or concerns or whatever, you've always got my number, so feel free to call at any time.
Will do.
So, all right.
All right,
Thank
thank
you.
you, Brian.
Again, sorry for
Merry
being late.
Christmas. You're
Not a
fine.
problem. Merry
All right.
Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you.
Thank you. All right.
You guys got a copy of this, you want one?
Here. Anything else come before the Brown County Commission this morning?
Motion to adjourn. Second.
Motion by Weiss, second by Denner, to adjourn. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. We are adjourned.